The soldiers who wake up run toward the coach where the fight happened. They see dead bodies everywhere. As they step outside, they notice Atomy has set the missile on fire. The missile burns them instantly. Using the missile's power, Atomy breaks part of the train coach and rides away with it. On the Soviet-Finnish border at the end of World War II, former Finnish commander Atomy arrives with his truck and beloved dog. The guard checks his passport and a couple of soldiers inspect his face in the dark. He enters the Soviet Union after having been deported because of the new border. He reaches his old home. His family was killed there by the ruthless Soviet soldiers. He enters and it's all worn out, filled with dust. He finds the height stamps of his kids and wails out. He reaches their rooms, finds a family photo, and feels devastated. Meanwhile, in Siberia, Soviet Army officer Igor is taken out of prison. The officer reminds him of his ruthless activities. He is the one who killed the Otomi's family by chopping them into pieces. He says they were saving bullets. The officer tells him the identity of Otomi, who deleted over 300 of their soldiers for revenge and became a legend. People call him immortal. They have got the news that he entered the Soviet Union 10 hours ago, and he must finish up his job by killing him as well. He can then go home a rich man. Atomy decides to grab logs to take back home. He wants to create a new home there in memory of his family. It takes up to evening as he finishes up gathering and tying up the woods, burning the rest of them. He embarks on his return. In the morning, while still on the road, he gets stopped by a jeep. 2 Soviet soldiers come out and he sees from behind that there's another car. The soldier checks his passport and takes it to the car behind. It's Jagger inside and he identifies Atomy. He instructs his soldiers to finish him. Atomy anticipates the destruction. One of them slowly approaches with a Molotov. Another head to puncture his tire. He grabs the handle of the door. The other soldiers have their guns ready. As soon as the soldier approaches, he kicks out the door and the bottle bursts, setting him on fire. He reverses and the other one gets smashed, being thrown into the Igor's car. Bullets are fired, but he grabs one of their guns and takes them inside. Igor takes the other soldier in and continues following. Atomy takes the gun from the hostage and struggles to fill up the reel. He asks him to do it instead. The truck then stops in front of a church as another army van is stopping the road. Igor asks his partner to hold still. From inside Atomy's car runs out the hostage and, thinking it's Atomy, the soldiers shoot him down. Immediately, he shoots the soldiers down one by one. He comes out in vision and Jagger again asks his partner to hold still, but once Atomy punctures the tire, he moves and he shoots him. Both of them catch a glimpse and he returns to his truck to drive away. Igor calls for more enforcement and soldiers arrive on bikes. They begin to follow him. Soon enough, they catch up to Otomi. As one of them reaches his window, he fires at him, but the helmets are bulletproof. The soldier brings his gun and shoots at him. It misses with a touch, but he loses track. However, he soon returns to the road and the bikes are still behind him. Atomy sees one of the motorbikes wobble and fall, and he understands that the soldiers are closing in on him. Before a soldier can shoot, Atomy jumps out of the truck for a moment and slams the brakes. The biker crashes into the front and hangs on, trying to climb up with a hook. Atomy shakes the truck hard and the soldier falls onto the road. 2 other bikes speed past him, but Igor crashes one of them aside. Atomy notices a parked car and slams into it, causing a big explosion that slows the soldiers down. One biker grabs onto the truck and reaches inside, trying to kick Atomy out. Atomy holds on tightly, grabs the man's gun, and fights back. He pulls an explosive from another soldier, jams it into the metal spikes, and blows one biker up. Then he uses the hook and slams it with a soldier's helmet, making that attacker fall hard onto the road. Atomy pulls the rope tight, and the last biker is dragged down. Soon, all the bikers are gone. Angry, Igor throws a firebomb at the truck, setting the truck on fire. Atomy responds by throwing a dead soldier with a grenade attached into Igor's car. Igor jumps out just in time before the car explodes. Atomy then drives into the woods, using the mud and trees to put out the fire on his truck. Igor calls for more soldiers and asks for air support. Atomy stops on the road to give his dog some water and cool down the engine. He rests for a moment and pulls a small bullet piece from his cheek. Soon, fighter jets appear in the sky. Atomy puts his dog back in the truck and drives away as the jets start shooting. He swerves into a field, then back onto the road, avoiding the gunfire. When the jets fire again, he drives into a barn and hides for a short time. The barn soon explodes, and Atomy drives out just in time. The jets keep attacking, and the forest catches fire again as he speeds through the trees. One jet flies very low and starts rapid fire. Atomy slams the brakes, causing the jet's wing to clip something and explode. He drives out of the flames and reaches a quiet open area. Thinking it's safe, he drives forward, not realizing he's near a canyon. Suddenly, another jet rises from below. It turns sharply and fires straight at him. When the bullets run out, the pilot decides to crash into the truck and ejects himself. Atomy quickly shoots a rope holding the logs, causing them to fall and block the jet. The jet crashes and explodes. Atomy stops and puts the logs back on the truck while the pilot lands nearby. Atomy walks toward him calmly, but the pilot starts smiling. Atomy hears a sound and realizes another plane is coming. He rushes back, loads the logs, and drives away as bombs fall behind him. The explosions hit the pilot, and Atomy drives straight off a cliff into the water below. The truck sinks quickly. Atomy helps his dog get air and slowly opens the window, escaping from the flooding truck as they disappear beneath the surface. Atomy realizes he must go back and untie the logs, but before he can move, his body grows weak and he faints. His loyal dog wakes up and helps him by pushing a log toward him. With the dog's help, Atomy floats and survives. The dog checks on him until he wakes up again. Soon after, Igor reaches the cliff and sees the dead soldiers below. He sends more men into the water to search. They find the truck, but no body. Igor understands that Atomy is still alive and trying to return to Finland. Atomy builds a small floating vessel from wood and reaches the shore with his dog. There, he finds an abandoned tank. At the Soviet border station, soldiers wait for him while Atomy sets explosives to make the tank move. Igor is also nearby and spots Atomy through binoculars. The soldiers aim their guns as Atomy drives the tank forward, carrying the logs with him. Atomy sets off more explosives, making the tank rush ahead with fire and bombs tied behind it. The soldiers shoot, but the bullets cannot stop the tank. Gas fills the area as Igor orders everyone to hold their ground. The tank explodes at the border, but flies across to the other side, hurting only Atomy. He survives, breaks the wooden handle of his knife, and steps out with his dog. He is very weak. Igor moves in to shoot him, but officers arrive and order that Atomy be taken alive. Igor knocks him out. Atomy wakes up inside a prison cell, tied and beaten with a burning whip. Igor enters and talks calmly, saying he has killed so many people that he cannot remember their faces. He remembers only one child clearly, Atomy's son, who tried to protect his family. Igor shows the height marks of the children and says they were killed with an iron shovel. He mocks Atomy, saying Siberia will break him and erase his memories. After Igor leaves, Atomy screams in pain and rage. Using all his strength, he lifts himself and smashes his feet against the chains until they break. He is inside a moving train. Two soldiers outside hear the noise and see him on the floor. They are scared and argue, playing rock, paper, scissors to decide who will go inside. The losing soldier takes the key. Hidden inside Atomy's skin is the broken knife handle. He pulls it out slowly. As one soldier hesitates to open the door, the other steps forward, unlocks it, and walks inside. The soldier walks slowly toward Atomy, holding his gun and aiming it at him as he lies on the floor. The other soldier waits outside, feeling scared and expecting something terrible to happen. Suddenly, he hears gunshots. His hands shake as he opens the door a little. He sees the first soldier's face and asks if everything is okay. The soldier nods, so he unlocks the door and steps inside. But what he sees is only the torn body of the dead soldier. Atomy is still alive and standing. Terrified, the second soldier jumps off the moving train. Atomy picks up the gun and prepares himself. He knows this is the moment for his final revenge. Inside another coach, the officers are sitting around a table, laughing and drinking. Igor tells the main officer that if he gets what was promised to him, he will leave. The officer replies in a cold voice that they will get it later, but first they must celebrate. They raise their glasses, but Igor does not look happy. The train keeps racing forward. Atomy picks up a sickle and moves quietly into the next coach. Many soldiers are sleeping deeply. He walks very slowly, stepping carefully past their hanging arms. One soldier almost wakes up, but Atomy freezes until the danger passes. He keeps moving. At the last second, a soldier suddenly wakes up. Atomy slips into the next coach just in time. More soldiers are sleeping there too. As he walks, a soldier comes toward him from the other side. Without wasting a moment, Atomy throws the sickle, and it strikes the soldier, killing him instantly. Another soldier wakes up nearby. Atomy quickly pulls the bed down and stabs him many times, pressing him down so his screams cannot be heard. Blood drips onto the bed below. A sleeping soldier drops his bottle, but still no one fully wakes up. Atomy moves on, but one soldier with blood on his face begins to wake. Atomy notices and drops to the floor. He falls onto broken glass and cries out in pain, then rolls under a bed to hide. The glass cuts him badly, but he pushes through the pain. A dead body falls, and finally everyone wakes up. In the confusion, Atomy escapes into the next coach. This coach is full of armed soldiers. Atomy climbs up through the hatch and moves onto the roof of the train. As he runs, the train passes through a pipe that knocks him down into the same coach. The soldiers are shocked for a second, then they start shooting. Atomy uses the pipe to block bullets and make them hit other soldiers. He grabs a gun and fires back. He pulls one soldier in front of him as a shield while others keep shooting. When everything goes quiet, the soldiers think he is dead. Suddenly, Atomy rises with more guns and fires nonstop, killing all of them. While the officers are still drinking, Igor feels something is wrong. Atomy finishes off the remaining soldiers. Igor steps outside, loosens a screw, and separates part of the train, escaping quickly. When Atomy comes out, he sees the train split and Igor leaving fast. Atomy looks to the side and notices a large missile nearby. Back inside, Jagger returns to the table and, in a flash, stabs one of the officers. He starts choking, and everyone thinks he just ate too much food. But then blood slowly comes out of his mouth. Before anyone can react, Jagger pulls out his gun and shoots the soldiers one by one. He keeps the main officer alive on purpose. The officer brings out a suitcase and opens it. Inside, there is a lot of money. He tells Jagger that all of it belongs to him. Jagger lowers his gun, making it seem like he will spare the officer. But suddenly, he pulls out a shotgun and kills him. After that, Jagger calmly pours himself a drink and sits down in peace. Meanwhile, the soldiers who wake up run toward the coach where the fight happened. They see dead bodies everywhere. As they step outside, they notice Atomy has set the missile on fire. The missile burns them instantly. Using the missile's power, Atomy breaks part of the train coach and rides away with it. Igor laughs while holding the suitcase full of money. Suddenly, the lights begin to flicker. He turns around and realizes Atomy is coming straight toward him. The two train coaches crash into each other. Atomy breaks the door open, jumps inside, and attacks Igor. He pins him down and starts punching him hard. Igor manages to throw Atomy away, but Atomy grabs a bottle and smashes it on Igor's head. A brutal fight begins. Igor kicks Atomy and pushes him behind a table. Atomy falls and looks weak. Igor grabs the suitcase and tries to escape, but Atomy gets back up and attacks again. Igor shoves Atomy's face into a sink and tries to drown him. Atomy fights back, grabs a fork, and stabs Igor. Igor roars in anger, picks up a metal rod, and beats Atomy badly. Atomy falls to the ground, badly hurt and bleeding. Igor looks down at him and asks if this was his great revenge. He says he expected something more legendary. He picks up a shovel and hits Atomy again near the missile. The missile is still there, held in place by bolts. Igor walks closer and calmly asks Atomy if he has any last words. Atomy looks at him quietly. Then, he spits out a metal bolt from his mouth. It was the bolt holding the missile in place. The missile slowly comes loose and starts moving. Igor runs away in fear. The missile slides forward inside the train and stops just inches from his face. Atomy watches from a distance as the missile burns brightly. For a moment, Igor feels relieved because it stops. But then the missile suddenly moves again and explodes, destroying the entire train. Atomy survives the blast and looks ahead with burning anger in his eyes. At the border, two soldiers hear the loud explosion. They aim their guns and prepare for danger. Soon, they see Atomy coming toward them on a small manual coach loaded with logs. As he comes closer, he shows his passport. The soldiers recognize him immediately and salute him with respect. Back in Finland, Atomy continues building the house he promised to make for his family. His dog stays by his side. One day, a group of men arrive carrying axes and tools. Atomy quickly grabs his weapon, ready to fight again. But the men smile and tell him they came to help, thinking he might need it. Atomy is shocked. His face softens, and tears fill his eyes. He drops his weapon. The men understand his pain without words and begin working together. Others join in, helping build the house. For the first time in a very long time, Atomy feels warmth, care, and love again. You are watching the recap of the 2025 movie Sisu, Road to Revenge. For more movie recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy the next one too.